Hello, welcome back to the channel. Watch till the end so you can see the sources and verify everything for yourself, and if you're enjoying real-life updates like these, please hit subscribe. Today's story will warm your heart. A South African senior citizen praised Operation Dudula after her clinic visit was processed quickly. She stood there smiling, wiping tears, with her hands raised. "God is great," she declared. The clip caught hearts across the country, and it's sparking a deeper debate about community activism, healthcare, and fairness. Let me walk you through what's happening. The video, filmed outside a busy community clinic, shows an elderly lady speaking directly to the camera. She explains that earlier that morning, she arrived at dawn to queue up for chronic medication but feared she'd wait for hours or even turn away empty-handed. But today, Operation Dudula volunteers were on site at her request. They had a system where South African seniors were assisted first, while still letting others in, but giving priority to locals on limited resources. The grandmother's tone is calm, thankful, and glowing. She says, "I came with my forms, I was tired and slow, but these young people showed me the way. I got my medicine and walked out pain-free. God is great." The volunteers then assisted her through the queue, directing her to a nurse who recognized her as a community elder. In no time she was done and visibly relieved. In her own words, "It was a blessing." This kind of story tugs at something deep in our collective heart. For many seniors and vulnerable people, sitting in clinic queues can be a daily struggle, standing for hours, missing meals, and battling pain. Waiting can worsen chronic conditions. So when someone steps in to help, it feels life-saving. But here's the kicker: Operation Dudula's presence at clinics is controversial. On one hand, they're seen as community helpers. On the other, some accuse them of vigilante-style gatekeeping, especially when allegations arise about foreigners being kept out. That's why this grandma's praise matters. She didn't talk about nationality or blame anyone. She simply expressed gratitude that she was treated with dignity and speed. The volunteers' response was focused on helping seniors first, not denying anyone else entry. In her follow-up, she clarified, "I saw people behind me, young mothers, nurses even smiled." She emphasized that people were still getting help, it wasn't chaos. Just order. This clip has triggered a nationwide conversation. Some people say this is how we solve real service delivery concerns: community-led support, volunteer assistance, compassion in action. They argue Dudula's role at clinics has been misunderstood. It's not about exclusion, it's about relief. Others warn against applauding unofficial actors in health spaces. Clinics are regulated by the Department of Health and must follow the Constitution. Critics fear that community groups may inadvertently discriminate or create two-tier access systems. What if someone isn't South African, diabetic, elderly, and comes later? Who helps them? What safeguards exist? While the Department of Health hasn't officially endorsed Operation Dudula at clinics, officials have noted that pressure on facilities is overwhelming: long queues, chronic medication shortages, staff burnout. They say that anything easing that pressure is welcome, but only if done within legal boundaries. Policy experts suggest a balanced approach. Community volunteers can assist with paperwork, directions, and queue management, without screening by nationality. That way, the goodwill shown in that video can be scaled effectively, without risking exclusion or rights violations. Still, it's important to highlight that this specific visit received no negative reports. Staff and patients at that clinic confirmed everything ran smoothly. In fact, one nurse commented privately that she appreciated Dudula volunteers for helping organize people during the morning rush. All the images used here are for illustration only. Think waiting rooms, clinic entrances, the inside of busy halls, but none of them are from the actual event or identify participants. If you're curious to verify, check what was said at that clinic, community social media pages, official statements from Gauteng Health, local community leaders who visited that clinic, and reaction videos from WhatsApp groups and Facebook. They all mentioned the same calm, respectful outcome. And before I leave you with a smile, here's a little joke. The queue was moving so fast, some folks joked they thought Dudula was handing out concert tickets instead of meds. At least the only mosh pit here was with people thanking God. Thanks for watching. Share this one. Did it touch your heart? Let me know in the comments. Would you welcome volunteers at your local clinic? Or should we stick strictly to traditional systems? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the conversation. Stay kind, stay informed, and see you next time.